Alright, this video is for Charlie, or Penguinz0s, or Moist Critical, or whatever you want me to call you. Mr. White? I'll call you Charlie. Can I call you Charlie? Sorry I'm hunched over like an idiot. I can't really sit in my chair right now because my cat's there. And I guess I'm just going to let him win this round, you know? See? I'm not lying. But yeah, so I have an idea for why that strike happened on that guy's channel, and I have an idea for how to get rid of it, but I have something to say as to why I think it happens and why the video probably is cursed like you said or whatever. So let me explain some stuff. I'm gonna try to make this quick. Try and bear with me for a second, okay? Okay, so YouTube probably has like some AI ridiculous, some filtering system for watching videos, because they probably get so many videos, right? Like people probably don't sit there and watch all of them, you know? But yeah, going back to what you said about the video being auto-rejected after 4 minutes, even though it's a half an hour long video. So why I think that would happen is because if it's just like some AI or some like scanning technology or some something. But yeah, something to think about also, it might not only be the violence aspect of it, but it might also be the characters. I haven't really watched this video. I mean, I think I watched it the first time he posted it with the first part of this controversy a while ago, but I haven't gone back to rewatch it. But you said Mickey Mouse and SpongeBob. I don't know exactly the characters that were there, but I do know that different companies and different places have different copyright laws, you know, and some are way more strict. I heard you mention that I think Nintendo, it's either Nintendo or Disney or one of those places. You said their copyright's really strict and nobody can ever get away with anything. So yeah, it could have been like when that AI bot or whatever is scanning the videos, they might have seen a character and just automatically canceled it out. But, you know, I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I mean, but bear with me. But yeah, it might have seen a character and I only say that because going back to, you say that there's gore and violence on YouTube. Yeah. And so that's kind of why I was interested in this and decided to go or bring light to this subject. Because I was kind of curious as to, yeah, why would they block like a stupid, silly fight when I've seen some crazy shit on YouTube? But what that comes down to is I don't think that YouTube is very like consistent on what's allowed and what's not allowed. I mean, I think that they have like certain parameters, but I've seen like snuff films or like murder things on here that I'm pretty sure should not be on there. Like even though they're age restricted, and then I've seen things that should definitely be age restricted that weren't, and then things that have age restrictions that shouldn't really have them, and then like just all sorts of weird like interlooping things that don't make sense. So yeah, it's probably some weird computer that's scanning these videos or something. But yeah, going back to like automatically rejecting things, like let's say that it is a person that's like sitting there watching all the videos and they have to watch all these fucking videos, and you know, so when they come across something that's a half an hour long, they're like, man, I really don't want to have to watch this whole thing. And they turn one of the videos on, in the first few seconds is just, welcome to the torture chamber. Today we are going to see how much this man can take over the next half hour. and the guy's just like, nope. I'm not even gonna watch that. I'm not even gonna watch any of that video. I know where this is going. No, like it just automatically rejects it. So yeah, that's how like they could automatically reject it 30 seconds later, even if it's a half hour long video. But you want to know why that's unfair? Is because that video could go like this. Welcome to the torture chamber. Today we are going to see how much this man can take over the next half hour.
Good puppy cat. That's good, baby. Second man. Oh my god.
For like, you know, for all they know. That's why it's unfair. But that's actually what I'm going to get to, because this is important. So if that is what they do, they just see that it starts like that and they auto reject it, and then you're like, hey, don't do that, because the video is not like that. It changes. Like, watch all of it before you judge it, and then you send it up to higher ups, and then the higher ups appeal it, right? Like what happened to your thing, you're like, hey, this isn't violent, you know, something about your system flagged this, but it was a false alarm. But yeah, so whether it's a copyrighted character or like a copyrighted, like, I don't know, moving on past whatever the problem was and just saying, let's say that it triggers this AI thing, and then you have to bring it up to the higher ups to where somebody looks at it and says, oh yeah, our bot did mess up. Okay, I see why it would mess up, and the algorithm was a little off, and I see why it flagged it so hardcore. Because yeah, and that was another thing. It's like, why is it not age restricted? Why is it just straight up cut off? That's A of all why I thought it might be like a character copyright issue, but also B of all, that's what makes me think that it's just like being scanned by some algorithm, because it must have just like seen that like, and that's another thing is it might have seen that like it was going to lead to extreme violence or something, and it didn't know that it was joking, and it just stopped it before. You know, it's like it saw what was going to happen, and it stopped it, and it rejected it before it even got there. When a lot of violent videos or crazy videos, they don't really like I see why the algorithm misses them. You know, like a video of somebody killing a kitten, right? Like the worst video ever. Like I could see like some AI algorithm just seeing a video of a kitten being maybe played with too rough or something, and that's how that gets on there. Because I've seen videos like that aren't even age restricted, so that would explain how that happens. But yeah, and then age restricted videos where it's like, oh, it's a fight or whatever, and it's like maybe the AI recognizes that it's a fight, but it doesn't realize. Like I don't know. I think that there's something scanning it that could very well be like tricked and might have a lot of loopholes, and it might like it's very imperfect and has a lot slipped through weird little cracks, you know. But yeah, not only the violence thing, it could have been flagged for the copyright characters in the way of like, oh, this is SpongeBob, and that's fine or whatever, I guess. But then there's violence, which is fine, I guess. But we can't have our character associated with such violence. So like maybe Mickey Mouse, like seeing Mickey Mouse beat somebody up, they were like, oh, no. We can't see Mickey Mouse beat anybody up. That's actually flagged. Like it could be just something like that. But sort of irrelevant-ish, because what I'm getting to is I might have a way for him to get his strike off of his thing. That's the whole reason I'm rambling on. That's the whole reason I care. I'm trying to help shed light on the situation to help this from happening again and get the strike off of this person's account. I would tell this straight to them, but I can't really get a hold of them, and if I could, they might not even see my message or whatever. And I don't even know if you're going to see this or if anybody's going to see this or whatever. I mean, it's a good chance not. I'm going to try to get this to you. But, and you know, I could be wrong. I could be wasting my time. I could be just stupid. But I really do think that I'm onto something, because let's just say that, you know, it gets flagged and then you write to them and then they appeal it. So what I think happened is I think that they realized that you were right. The AI flagged it for whatever reason. They probably don't like sitting down and having to screen videos, but you probably brought it to their attention enough to where they're like, fine, I'll sit down and I'll watch the fucking video. And then they fucking probably realized you were right, so they went back and they took the strikes off of people's accounts, right? Because that's what happened, right? They went back and removed the strikes. Okay, cool. So the problem is solved. And problem's not really solved, because, like you said, the video is now cursed, quote unquote cursed, because I genuinely believe that anybody that posts that video in the future is gonna get a strike, because I don't think they fixed their AI scanning mechanism of blocking videos. I don't think they didn't edit that program or that algorithm to say, hey, this video's okay. They didn't edit that algorithm to say or to change to where that won't be unblocked. Like, let's say that it got blocked because like it begins in a way that where they think it's going to lead to violence, so they cut it off without even watching all of it, because just to save time, they're like, I know where this is going. So let's say that the algorithm was doing a correct good job or whatever by catching that and blocking the video, because it thought, like going back to the terrorist video of cutting the guy's head off, it's like, oh nope, stop the video. So they didn't fix the algorithm, so I think that that video will always get their response. Like, it's a cursed video. But you know, like not an actual curse. It's just like, it's like you fix the situation, and so you go on with, oh, this is fixed, but it's not really fixed. And but you're like, so there's a confusion there, and there's like this, unless somebody like me comes and like points out what's wrong, you're like, oh, I don't understand, this thing always messes up, and like, so the video is like cursed, but you know, there's no such thing as curses. It's just like, it's this weird loophole that nobody understands what's happening, and it's just like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it is cursed in a way that it's just, you know. It's no real curses, but you know, that's probably how curses happen. It's like weird little things and knowledge holes and weird like misunderstandings like that. Yeah. But yeah, so that's why I think that this flag happened again, because I don't think they changed their program or their system or their algorithm or whatever you want to call it. It probably sees that video and is still like, eh. The only thing that changed is they went back and they took away people's strikes. They didn't change the algorithm, so the scanning mechanism still scans and still sees what it sees, and still will probably flag that video. But so what this person has to do, the one that you were talking about in your video, is they just probably have to write YouTube and tell them You know, they probably just have to bring it to their attention because of what I said, you know. But that's why I don't think that anybody should post it in the future, and why I think it is cursed, because I do think it'll probably always get flagged because of if what I'm saying is correct, you know. It's like, oh, this, you know, scanning bot looks at it, thinks it's going to be violent, cuts it off. Just because you've already appealed that doesn't mean they went and they changed what the bot is looking for. They're like, oh, this was just a very weird instance, a very weird specific, like, I don't know what the algorithm really saw, but it's very specific. And since you pointed that out, we're sorry. But it's still going to happen with all, if that's ever posted. Those people just have to appeal it also, because, you know, we're not going to change the algorithm that scans the videos. So, but you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know, I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. I just wanted to, I don't know, I wanted to give my 2 cents. I don't know if anybody's told you this already, or I don't know. But yeah, I think it's worth a shot. I think there's something there.